since I did this, feel a little rusty, but I'm gonna do my makeup today, following some tips from TikTok. I did my brows. I always use NYX glue and some type of micro brow pencil. I take my time and fill my brows in. I start with the bottom line and then I do hair-like strokes throughout to make sure that I'm getting the look that I want. I can also post this in another tutorial or breakdown of how I do my brows. I think I do great at them. But remember, they are sisters. Well, they are twins, but they're not identical, okay? They're similar. Next up, we're concealing under our brows using the Fenty Hydrating Concealer, which I absolutely love. I think you guys should try it out. I normally use a smaller Morphe brush on my brows, but yeah. Next, you're going to prime. Make sure you moisturize and work that in really good. Prior to priming, make sure you do your skincare before you even start makeup. She uses a flat brush to apply her foundation, and she puts a little bit on the back of her hand before applying it to the face. Following Uche's tutorial. So I don't normally do it like this, but I want to see how my makeup comes out. Alright, so continuing to apply it all over with the flat brush. Then we're going to carve out the top of our brow with the foundation. Blend it out with a dense brush. Make sure to bring that foundation underneath the neck. I thought it was on record. Okay, here's the placement. Following the tutorial. Back in, and she said, scope around here. Not too much, not too little. She moved fast. Shit, I ain't even opened the contour yet. Hold on. We're trying Juvia's Place bronzer in amber. I'm going to use my crayon case pencil. Ooh, that's pigmented. All right, you're going to apply it directly on the cheekbone. And so I'm doing as she instructed. Mind you, I'm also watching her on my phone as I'm doing this. To apply to my nose and top lip, I grabbed a smaller angle brush. This is a Real Techniques brush, the same brush I used earlier to apply the foundation. For larger areas, I switch back to the crayon case brush. I'm going to use the same brush to blend. Go ahead and clean your brush. I like to reuse brushes, so I constantly clean my brushes in this cleaner by the crayon case. I switch brushes. Real Techniques 221. And now we blend. I really like how this brush was blending out this bronzer. I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush just to make sure. She didn't do this with she did it with another brush, but I'm just using my foundation brush. Make sure it's all blended together. Time to blend the under eye. Morphe E20. She's using the E8. With this brush, you want to lightly tap. Start on the edges, blend out your edges, and then move into the inner corners. Take your time. That way you can have the coverage. She also mentions that by letting your concealer sit, you get more coverage. If it's too wet, take a beauty blender and just kind of tap on top so it's a little bit more seamless. And now you're gonna take your bronzer brush and go back on top. Just go back on top and blend and make sure everything blends together. That's the theme of makeup and what I have learned. Just repeat steps and make sure it's all blended. Go back and grab those brushes that you previously used. Which thing? I keep asking y'all what y'all think, like y'all can answer me. A brush. I'm gonna go back in with my concealer brush. to blend out this. She used a second concealer. I'm scared. Since my concealer has been sitting for a while, I go back with my brush and reblend to make sure there's no creasing. Then you're going to apply your light concealer and use a sponge to blend, put the excess on your chin. Now I am setting, letting it dry down a little bit, and now we're blending out with that foundation brush. I'm going in with Fenty and Honey. Choose a brush like this. This is also very bright pigmented, but in different ways. Tap the excess off on the back of your hand. She said she brings her life back into her face with bronzer. I have Colored Rain, Caramel Delight, and Cinnabay. Cinnabay is my favorite. Start with Caramel Delight. I'm using the Judy brush. Brush like this, and she said she popped it in here to bring back in her Woofy. This is the one we have to be a bit careful. This powder is... Tap the excess powder off on the back of your hand. It makes the world of difference. Now I'm just grabbing that brush with the bronzer on it and reapplying it to my nose, and doing the same thing with my fluffy brush to bring back light. She ain't sprayed that much, but I did. So trying to follow what she did, and I think I failed. Lily Lashes times Sephora, Beverly Drive. Did my lashes and my mascara off camera. The little wing thingy is not too bad. Maybe if I can figure out how to bring it in just a little bit more, I can rock with it, because right now I feel like it's out there on its own. But I'm terrified to touch it because I feel like I'm gonna mess up. Use is So Rare by Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place Muted. Anastasia Beverly Hills Butterscotch. I love how this applied to my lips. It's one of my favorite lip glosses now. I think I like that. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills and Guava. So we're like TikTok girls. They be adding 45 glosses on their lip. Grabbed a brush to set my T-zone with some powder because I can be very oily. And now we're going to set with one size. The nozzle stuck. What we think? As you can tell, I'm excited. I think it looks good. We gonna practice on that eye, but that's my summer color foundation, so it's gonna work. Okay, so I recorded in the bathroom. This is in front of the window in my room. I think it looks pretty good. I do feel that I maybe should have used a color corrector on my foundation to make it a little lighter, but it's like the light here is the perfect color for my neck. I don't know. I think it's cute, but yeah. So here it is in the daylight outside, and here it is after 6 or 7 hours of where I wanted you guys to see how my face looked, and I think it still held up great. Shout out to Uche girl. Bye.